If you have problems with expressing yourself sometimes, maybe you can't find the right expression, or you're thinking of that word but you want a nice way to explain it or to show it, then maybe this video is going to help you. Hello everybody, this is Elliot from ETJ English, and I'm here today to just give you a few useful expressions. Now these are quite advanced, most of them are informal, but they would be used in kind of everyday conversation with natives. So they're really useful and really common, especially some phrasal verbs that I'm going to share with you towards the end of this. Anyway, let's begin with the list. Number one, I have a really interesting one. I heard this the other day while I was listening to the football. I was watching England, of course, lose to Croatia in the semi-finals. I knew we weren't going to go all the way. I knew football wasn't coming home, as everyone was saying, but we gave it a good try and we did our best. However, one of the commentators during the football was talking about a previous manager, and he said he gets a lot of stick. Now firstly, let's just say it in a very natural way. He gets a lot of stick. He gets a lot of stick. So a lot of is kind of almost like one section. A lot of. We're connecting lot and of. Lot of. Of is not being pronounced as its true form. It's being relaxed. It's what we call a weak form, because the word of is not very important in this sentence. A lot of. Now you might hear an American say a lotta. This is our version of it, a lot of. So to get a lot of stick, this usually means that maybe people treat you badly. They complain about something you might have done in the past or something you do that's always wrong. So this manager in the past maybe wasn't very successful with the England team. He got into a bit of trouble, so he gets a lot of stick. People still talk badly about him. Now, let's say that you have a friend who is planning to do something, but it's something that's a little bit crazy. But maybe your friend is a bit crazy. Let's say your friend is in a really good job, but suddenly he's decided he wants to quit his job and he wants to go and travel the world for the rest of his life, sell his house and just travel the world and do something crazy, right? Imagine you have a friend who wants to do this. However, your friend is quite known for doing this kind of thing. Like, your friend is maybe a little bit crazy and has done things like this in the past. Well, that means maybe you wouldn't put it past your friend to do this thing. If you were talking about this with someone else, about your friend, and you were having this conversation and they were saying, "Oh, did you know that Dave is going and he's just decided that he wants to go and travel the world and quit his really good job?" You could respond and say, "Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past him." Pronunciation. I wouldn't put it past him. We're connecting put and it because put ends with a consonant, it begins with a vowel, so the T moves to the beginning of it. Put it. I wouldn't put it past him. We can drop the T at the end of it if we want to. I wouldn't put it past him. Put it past him. And remember, if you want to have that RP accent, that classic British accent, you'll want to pronounce past as past, not past. However, in some parts of England, I've explained this in a video before, some parts of England will pronounce it as past, similar to how Americans do. It's not a problem. If you wouldn't put something past someone, then it's like saying, I wouldn't be surprised if they did this. You know, it's not crazy for them. It's something maybe they would do. Perhaps for a more negative example, let's say somebody said to their friend, "Did you hear that Fred cheated on his wife and now they're having a divorce?" You could respond and say, "Well, I wouldn't put it past him." Meaning, I'm not surprised. Now this one is really useful for loads of my students. As you know, I have a pronunciation course and I get messages on WhatsApp all the time from the members of my course. And in the first lesson, I asked them to send me a 2 to 5 minute recording of them just speaking so I can evaluate their pronunciation. Well, when they do this, a lot of the time I have a student who just goes silent halfway through their speaking and they don't know what to say. And they're saying, "Oh, I can't think of the word. I know the word, but I can't think of it." I mean, this happens to me as well sometimes. And when it happens to me, I say, "I'm having a mind blank." I'm having a mind blank. Now, firstly, this means to basically just lose your train of thought. Suddenly your mind has gone blank. There's nothing in your mind and you can't think of what it was you were going to say. So if you forget a word, you forget something, anything, you could just say you're having a mind blank. But talking about the pronunciation here, I'm having a mind blank. Mind, blank, blank, okay? However, mind blank is quite a lot of consonant sounds there. So we will actually say mind blank. Imagine you're saying the word mine. It's mine, right? Mind blank. I'm having a mind blank. And finally, I'm going to use a variation of one word in many different types of phrasal verbs. And the word is pop. This is extremely British. So if you love British English, you're going to love this one. Pop. So firstly, in a literal sense, to pop something would usually mean, for example, if we have a balloon and we put a pin into the balloon, it will go pop. In British English, we use it in a different way. Well, we do use it in this way, however, we use it in a phrasal verb way as well. So for example, I will pop in tomorrow. I could say this to my parents. Okay, I'll pop in tomorrow. And that simply means I will come to your house tomorrow. And it's almost like saying it's quick. It's not like saying I'm going to come round, I'm going to stay for dinner for 5 hours and watch TV with you. To pop in usually means it will be quick and easy. I'll pop in tomorrow. Sometimes people also say I'll pop round or pop over tomorrow. And that's the same thing. So if I'm going to pop out, let's say I'm in my parents' house now, I've popped over, I've popped round, and now I'll just say to them, I'm just going to pop out for a second. Lots of people say this if they're smokers and they want to have a cigarette. They might say, I'm just going to pop out for a cigarette. Once again, that simply is the opposite, and it just means I'm going outside for a second, very quickly. Pop out. Again, these are very British. However, it's not just for direction. I could also tell someone to pop something on. For example, something I say to my girlfriend all the time, pop the kettle on, turn something on. Pop the air conditioning on, pop the radio on, pop the TV on, pop anything on, turn it on. And like I said, the word pop is a very British thing. It is used in other countries, but we use it a lot. Just remember, pop finishes with a consonant, and usually those prepositions after will begin with a vowel. And that is an easy way to start practicing our connected speech in pronunciation. Pop over, pop out, pop in. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget you can join my pronunciation course and speak to me on WhatsApp at the same time over at www.etjenglish.com. The link's in the description below. I can't wait to help you with your British pronunciation. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you love this channel. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next week. Cheers guys. Bye.